Welcome to the Vegan Convergence of the People, number 22, Thriving on Planet B. I'm your MC, Mariquita Solis, and I'm excited to introduce my good friend, Dani Kent. Dani is a core member of Climate Healers. She's certified as a climate healer and is in her 6th year with the organization. She's an ethical vegan who hopes to see cruelty eliminated from our food system in her lifetime. Good news keeps her going. So in her segment today, Dani will be sharing good news. Dani Kent.
There we go. So right off the top of the list, there was a record gathering over 1.5 million people in a grand assembly in An Hao Tu, Ngang province in southern Vietnam, the largest vegetarian event. It featured over 200 vegan food stations run by Hao Ho Buddhist volunteers offering thousands of meals daily. More than a religious gathering, the celebration reflected the movement's enduring values of compassion, service, and solidarity. The Hao Ho community continues to play an active role in social welfare with long-standing efforts in charity kitchens, herbal clinics, education support, and aid for the underprivileged across the country. Go Vietnam. This is plant-based treaty news. El Masnou, a municipality in Catalonia, has formally endorsed the plant-based treaty, making it the second city in Spain to join the global initiative. The motion, passed on June 19, 25, by the City Council with a majority vote of 17 in favor and 2 against, places emphasis on transitioning towards plant-based food systems to address climate change, public health, and animal welfare. As part of its commitment, El Masnou will implement several measures aimed at promoting plant-based food. These include ensuring that at least 50% of catering at public events consists of plant-based options. The city will also engage local schools to introduce more plant-based meals. Cheers to Plant-Based Treaty. This is out of Cambridge, Massachusetts. Young activists are getting plant-based on the menu for climate and animals. The way we eat and farm is responsible for around a third of the world's climate emissions, with most of that fraction fueled by meat, especially beef. Rising global temperatures are already testing the boundaries of human livability, which we've seen during this convergence in many parts of the global south, including India and Pakistan. Climate scientists have outlined the solutions, however, including cutting back on the meat and dairy we consume. One way to do that is to encourage people to eat more plants with dishes like shiitake mushroom curry, yum, that are on the menu at Base Crave. Base Crave of Massachusetts is one of more than a dozens of restaurants around the world to participate in the Eat for Impact campaign organized by food system advocacy group Planted Society. If you haven't heard from them, they're pretty new. Planted Society estimates that their commitments reduce greenhouse gas emissions by about 250,000 pounds annually in Cambridge. While that may sound like a drop in the bucket compared to the 10 to 20 billion tons of emissions attributable to the food system annually across the world, small actions like these do add up to emissions reduction. Portugal, this is news out of the Azores. Portugal constructed Europe's largest marine protected area network in the Azores, protecting an astonishing 287,000 square kilometers of water. That's about this big. These safeguards against diverse ecosystems that support deep sea corals, whales, manta rays, and sharks, sheltering them from damaging activities as fishing and mining. This is an achievement for the Azoreans, said Jose Manuel Bolero, president of the Azores regional government, who believes the project inspires other regions to act similarly for the planet's future. Marine protected areas are legally declared areas of the ocean or coastal regions where activities like fishing or drilling are limited or prohibited in order to conserve biodiversity. So they are a model on the way. News out of Australia. Australia expands its marine parks, protecting more ocean than any other country. That's big news. Australia is creating ripples in the international environmental community with a bold new commitment to ocean conservation. Australia's Environment Minister announced last week, and this was about pushing a month ago, the expansion of the Heard Island and McDonald Islands Marine Reserve by over 300,000 square kilometers, ensuring that the country protects 52% of its oceans, more than any other nation. The announcement puts Australia well beyond the global objective of safeguarding 30% of the oceans by 2030, which several countries, including Australia, agreed to just 2 years ago. Australia has now protected an area roughly the size of Italy, following a public consultation process that began this June. So that is important for all of us. Do have a segment here on fungi. There is a fungus discovered by Yale researchers in 2011 that in the Ecuadorian rainforest. This tenacious organism can survive on polyurethane and thrive in oxygen-poor environments like landfills. And this has to do with a company that is changing diaper waste, becoming biodegradable. It's Hyro Technologies, a startup in Austin, Texas, that believes baby poop and mushrooms might hold the key to tackling one of the world's stinkiest environmental problems, disposable diaper waste. Around 4 million tons of diapers were dumped in U.S. landfills in 2018, with virtually no recycling or composting. And these fungi are micro-digestible, making the diapers decompose. Apparently, fungi have been training for this all their lives. There are now over 100 known fungi species capable of digesting plastic. And good luck to them. They're local, U.S., Texas, like that. This is coming out of, let's see, this is from the Optimist Daily, and I recommend that people subscribe to Optimist Daily. It's a news service that they capture news domestically and abroad that is more positive, more uplifting, showing some of the progress on the climate front and medical fronts, and more optimistic way to start your day is reading some good news. I recommend it. And this is Japan, out of Japan. In a world drowning in plastic, scientists in Japan may have found a lifeline. Researchers from the Riken Center for Emergent Matter Science and the University of Tokyo have developed a new type of plastic that can dissolve in seawater within hours without leaving a trace. While biodegradable plastics have been around for a while, this new material stands out for how quickly it breaks down and how little it leaves behind. In a lab demonstrated in Wako City, just outside of Tokyo, a small piece of the plastic disappeared after being stirred in salt water for about an hour. Project lead Tezuko Aida said the material is as strong as petroleum-based plastics, but degrades rapidly in seawater and in soil. This new plastic may not be a silver bullet, but it could be a powerful piece of the solution puzzle. By designing materials that work with nature rather than against it, scientists are showing that the future does not have to be plastic wrapped. In case you don't know by now, there are circuses around the world using holographic images instead of live animals. Particularly in Germany, from a circus Roncalli. They are now using the holographic images of the animals instead of live animals in their acts. So that's a bit of good news too. Hopefully others will catch on. This news out of Colombia. Colombia bans bullfighting, historic step for animal rights. Thumbs up to that. Colombia's President Gustavo Petro signed legislation prohibiting bullfighting and marking a historic step forward for animal rights. Animal rights advocates are celebrating the decision, which marks a shift in cultural attitudes. The practice will be phased out nationwide by 2027. It's right around the corner. Let's see. We cannot tell the world that killing living and sentient beings for entertainment is culture, the president said. He underlined that a culture of animal killing for sport had the potential to desensitize society to even human brutality. The bullfighting prohibition, which Congress enacted in May after considerable discussion, calls for the end of bullfighting by 2027. It also directs the conversion of over a dozen bull rings into cultural sporting facilities. Nice twist there. Colombia has joined a growing list of regions that are abandoning bullfighting because of new rules. Only 7 nations currently allow bullfighting: Spain, France, Portugal, Mexico, Venezuela, Ecuador, and Peru. However, some municipal governments within these countries have enforced their own restrictions. Well, that's really good news. Here's some more good domestic news. An undercover investigation, let's see. This is by Animal Recovery Mission, ARM, has announced the permanent closure of Woodcrest Dairy, an industrial scale facility and former supplier to Coca-Cola owned Fairlife Dairy. Drone footage captured by ARM reveals a now vacant property where large-scale abuse once occurred. This outcome reflects the undeniable power of public pressure and the urgent need to hold mega dairies accountable by refusing to turn a blind eye to industrial-scale suffering. Co-founder of ARM, those are words from Richard Kudo. This marks the 9th Fairlife-linked dairy exposed for animal cruelty, further fueling legal and ethical scrutiny of the brand. Despite pledges of reform, Fairlife is currently facing a second-class action suit over allegations it violated a 2019 settlement related to consumer deception and its partnerships with abusive suppliers. The closure of Woodcrest Dairy stands as a powerful reminder: when the public demands accountability, change is possible. Industries that profit from cruelty must be exposed, confronted, and dismantled, because silence enables suffering and justice for animals begins with action. And I think this is my final headline here, but it's a biggie. Norway bids farewell to fur farming in a milestone for animal welfare. Norway officially closed the chapter on fur farming, marking a significant victory for animal welfare advocates. Once home to nearly 300 fur farms, the country has now phased out the industry entirely, with the last farmers shutting down operations ahead of the given deadline, which was February of 2025. This move places Norway among a growing list of nations that have decided fur farming belongs in the past, not in modern society. For decades, fur farming was a staple of Norway's agricultural landscape. Minks and foxes were bred in small wire cages destined for luxury fashion markets. However, shifting public attitudes, mounting ethical concerns, and political pressure have led to the industry's decline. The final decision to ban fur farming was made in 2018, with a phase-out period designed to help farmers transition to other livelihoods. The Norwegian Veterinary Association, along with numerous animal welfare experts, concluded that fur farming was fundamentally incompatible with modern standards of humane treatment. Unlike other forms of livestock farming, there was no practical way to raise fur-bearing animals without causing severe distress. The government, in this case, introduced a compensation plan worth about $50 million to help farmers transition to new industries. A little more. Norway's decision to end fur farming is part of a larger global shift. In recent years, several European nations, including the UK, Australia, and the Netherlands and Belgium, have banned fur farming. The fashion industry has also played a significant role in this transformation. As demand for fur declines, high-end brands are increasingly opting for sustainable and cruelty-free alternatives. California became the first U.S. state to ban the sale of fur, and other regions are considering similar measures. The European Union has received over 1.5 million signatures on a petition calling for a total ban on fur farming, signaling that change is on the horizon. Norway's ban is not just an end, it's a new beginning. It sets the stage for a world where compassion leads the way, proving that progress is possible when we choose to prioritize kindness over cruelty.
There is a place where all life thrives, where every creature is respected, compassionately saving lives, and no one is rejected. Our world of peace and harmony, we call this planet. There is a place where all life thrives. This place we know is upside down, a chaos of extremes. In unity we turn it around and live the life of dreams. A world of peace and harmony, we call this planet B. This place we know is upside down, a chaos of extremes. In unity we turn it around and live the life of dreams. Oh, a world of peace and harmony, we call this planet B. This place we know is upside down, a chaos of extremes. In unity we turn it around and live the life of dreams. A world of peace and harmony, we call this planet B. There is a place where all life thrives, where every creature is respected, compassionately saving lives, and no one is rejected. Our world of peace and harmony, we call this planet B. This place we know is upside down, a chaos of extremes. In unity we turn it around and live the life of dreams. A world of peace and harmony, we call this planet B. This place we know is upside down, a chaos of extremes. In unity we turn it around and live the life of dreams. Oh, a world of peace and harmony, we call this planet B. This place we know is upside down, a chaos of extremes. In unity we turn it around and live the life of dreams. A world of peace and harmony, we call this planet B.
Honey, I'm on.
There is a place where all life thrives, where every creature is respected, compassionately saving lives, and no one is rejected. Our world of peace and harmony, we call this planet B. This place we know is upside down, a chaos of extremes. In unity we turn it around and live the life of dreams. A world of peace and harmony, we call this planet B. This place we know is upside down.